Here goes April 7th, arm day. If you've seen the last arm day video, I think it was the 1st of April, starting putting the arm day in there. It's just something I want to work on, specifically biceps. Because lately on pull days, I've just been focusing on back, which I do want to grow my back as well. And I think it's more important and time effective to do compound exercises. But then I was just finding I didn't have time, or sometimes the motivation or just energy left over to do isolated bicep exercises. And then especially on pull days, I like to start with bent over barbell rows. Even after that, my biceps are pretty tired, and I usually do my other back exercises too, which especially like the face pulls really cook my biceps good, even though they're also working the rear delts and the trapezius. If I go in fresh, as you can see here, and start with bicep curls with the dumbbells, then I could really specifically hit my biceps as best as I can. So I'm going to finish up this drop set, but finish up these dumbbell bicep curls with the drop set on the third set. Using the 40s, which is pretty heavy for me. I'm doing pretty well with them. Even if I got to lean back, I'm going to get them up there. And you just saw I went to failure there. Couldn't get that last rep up. But still pushing it really hard and then dropping the weight. Actually, looks like I dropped it quite a bit. I think dropped about 15 pounds in each hand. I think those are the 25s. Yeah. And looks like I might drop it one more time to get my 20 reps in. I think the 17 and a half's there. That's usually the amount of reps I aim for if I'm doing a drop set is 20. Sometimes I'll just do 15. And I've only been doing them on my third set. So I can still have a good 3 sets with the heavy weight that I'm using. And I think so with the when I first did the arm day, I did push, pull, legs, then arms. But now I think I'm starting to do it. Well, I've been doing it push, pull, arm, legs, and I think I'm going to keep it that way. Because it just seems to work out for me. It might change just depending on the day. If I have work, other commitments, just how I'm feeling. Anyway, going to move on to the tricep pushdowns. So another thing with arm day, it's another my triceps get really sore doing bench press on push day. So it's nice to be able to have fresh triceps going into a tricep specific exercise. I can get a little more out of it. And from my understanding, tricep pushdowns is one of the best tricep exercises you could do. So I always try to make sure I do them. A lot of times on push day lately, I'll do tricep pushdowns towards the end. Because that's another thing is I haven't really been doing any tricep specific exercises on a lot of push days. Some days I'll just do bench press and lateral raises and that'll be it. Or like bench press and overhead press. I still get the tricep pushdown in there every now and then, but it's not as hard, and then a lot of times I'll just lower the weight and do like 15 reps. Sometimes even I'll just do it after my cardio and go even lighter and do like 15, 20 reps, short rest periods, just to get a little something in at the end of the day, at the end of the workout. I'm going to finish the drop set with the push downs and move over to forearm exercise with some wrist curls here with the dumbbells. Going pretty heavy with it, 35 pounds. I hear a lot of people say that forearm specific exercises are a waste of time, or maybe they just mean that this specific exercise is a waste of time. I don't think so, because I could really feel it in my forearms. I can see my forearm growth. I think a lot of people are just saying with the other exercises you do that you get a lot of forearm usage. But it's just with anything that you want to grow, if you want it to get bigger and better, you have to hit it specifically. And forearms is one muscle part that I want to get kind of freakishly huge. I want it to be noticeably bigger than the rest of my body. That is one thing about when you train well-rounded. If you're training all the body parts, then everything gets bigger together. You do overall just look bigger and more in shape, more muscular, whatever. But really, I think maybe it's just when I look like at myself, it's hard to tell. You don't always feel as big as you were, if that makes sense, or as muscular. For instance, like I was saying, I'm starting to want to work my biceps better or more. As I've been like on push days, hitting bench press and then overhead press and lateral raises. So really working my shoulders and not specifically hitting biceps as much. It looked like, by comparison, because my shoulders were getting bigger, my biceps didn't look as big. And I didn't have that kind of line that kind of crease that's in between the bicep and the shoulder. But now I noticed even just a little bit of hitting specifically biceps that I'm getting that line back. But not to say that my biceps got smaller at all. It's just by comparison it looks smaller. So I'm trying to improve that bicep peak. One reason I'm starting to do arm day. And we got the abdominal here. As per usual with a lot of days. Try to hit core. Try to hit abs. Abs or obliques. And I've upped my cardio, as I've mentioned before. So as I'm doing this video, I'm actually going on a walk around the block. Bit of multitasking. Trying to keep up a good pace too. And got the tricep extensions here on the machine. There's a lot of different variations for the tricep extensions. Dumbbells are always good. But this is nice just to mix it up. And, similar to preacher curls, it helps you keep your elbows and the rest of your arm still to make sure you're specifically using your triceps for the movement. and not cheating with it. And I'm going to do a drop set for this last set. I almost always just do 3 sets. Every now and then I'll do 4 or 5, but it's very rare. And I'll probably mention before, in a way with every exercise I do 4 sets because I do warm-up reps, anywhere between 12 and 15 warm-up reps with lighter weights, but by the end of it, I do feel, a pretty good pump with the given muscles that I'm using for the exercise. It's just how I lift. It works for me. A lot of people like to just do one warm-up or whatever warm-up they do in the beginning of their lift, and then they just go straight into their sets for the rest of their workout. Doesn't really work for me. I've tried it, especially now that I'm lifting heavier. I think it helps build my confidence up, and it helps prepare me to take that weight on, so I know what it's going to feel like when I get ready for the sets. And using the easy bar, I think it's just 50 pounds here, I think. So 25 each hand, each arm. Reverse curls, believe 15 reps. I'm not really necessarily using the easy bar to get a specific grip or for comfort, although I have used it in the past because I thought it was a little more comfortable than the straight bar, and I like the barbell because it's more comfortable than dumbbells for the reverse curl. But now with the new gym, the new equipment, it's just that they don't have a 50-pound straight bar. They only have the 50-pound easy bar. So anyway, there is the arm day.